Hey guys, welcome back to Loft Sports. It's Tyler coming at you with the Notre Dame, Georgia reaction video. First and foremost, congratulations to Georgia on a great win, hard-fought win. This was the kind of college football game that, as a neutral fan, you probably had to love. It was physical, big plays, hard-hitting. It was a close game, came down to the wire. Everything it was built up to be, the hype, the game actually followed through. A lot of people thought this was going to be a runaway, and it came down to the final minutes and an epic finish. First of all, again, Georgia, awesome atmosphere. You guys did a great job with game day. The stadium was electric. It was absolutely intense. It was a fun game to watch. I'm sure you guys had just as much fun. And classy from Georgia fans. I saw a video this morning on Facebook as our guys were running off the field. Georgia fans were applauding, giving them some love, showing some respect and appreciation as our guys headed off the field. That's awesome. I think that's great. That's what college football's about. We get so stressed as fans and, the living and dying of our team's success, but it's nice to see people appreciating another team's valiant effort. It wasn't a hospital environment for 60 minutes, but after the game, our players were treated well. From what I've heard from fans, our fans were treated well as well. All week leading up to the game on my channel, on our channel, and on my video of the preview, a lot of comments from Georgia fans, little trash talk, which is expected in college football, but for the most part, it was very classy, very, constructive comments and college football talk. You guys educated me on a few of your players. Didn't hear much from this Perkins guy, I will say that. A lot of you guys said Perkins would be a big guy. I don't even think he caught a pass. But Georgia, ultimately, congrats on the win. It was a great game. Another thing I want to point out for the Notre Dame haters out there, I don't want to hear this Notre Dame is irrelevant garbage anymore. That was the largest crowd to watch a football game in the state of Georgia ever. Super Bowls, Atlanta Falcons games, doesn't matter. It was the largest crowd in Sanford Stadium history. They packed it in. They had to add seats for the game. How many times has Alabama played there, other big teams? We come down there for the first time ever, and it sets a record for the entire state. I don't want to hear it anymore with this Notre Dame's not relevant. When we go to play somebody, it draws attention. Game day was there. It was the night game. It was the game of the week. So stop it with this not irrelevant thing. Check yourself on that. I don't want to hear it anymore. As for Notre Dame, we exceeded expectations just about everywhere. Our defense was awesome. We held them in check primarily in the first half. Their run game started wearing on us a little bit as the game went along. A lot of that had to do with the fact our offense couldn't get anything going. They couldn't move the football. We had a turnover right out of the gate in the second half. But the defense bows up, holds them to a field goal. The game was 10-10. They started moving the ball. You started to see Swift break some of these 10-yard runs late in the third, early in the fourth. I was like, damn, here we go. That line is starting to chip away at the stone here. But credit to our defense. They didn't break. We held Georgia to field goals, gave our offense the ball back with a chance, and ended up having the ball with less than a minute to go and an opportunity to win the game. You can't really ask for much more than that if you're a Notre Dame fan. A lot of people had this game as a runaway, including myself if you watched my preview. I didn't know if we were capable enough to go down there and keep it this close. Overall, I'm very pleased as a fan. Book was a little bit inconsistent. The interception where it bounced off of Chris Fink, it wasn't a great throw, but it should have been caught. The interception late in the game was a bad throw. He threw it late. It was a great play by the Georgia defensive back to make that diving interception. But overall, he had 275 yards passing, which isn't terrible. He made some big plays early in the first half. He stayed in the pocket. The O-line did a great job giving him a clean pocket and time to throw. Our receivers made some big plays. Keys had a couple of nice catches. Claypool had some big ones, and then our tight end Cole Kmet had a huge first half, although credit to Georgia for taking him away in the second half and making the adjustments there. Jake Fromm, Georgia fans, you guys need to turn this kid loose. There's a reason that Jacob Eason and Fields are gone. This kid can throw the football. I think Kirby Smart is a little too conservative I know you guys have a strong running game, and it's easy to lean on that and lean on your defense, but this kid in big games against Oklahoma in the playoff, 2 games against Alabama, against us now twice in the last 3 years, this kid can sling the rock. Turn him loose. Let him throw the football. I mentioned in the preview that you guys don't have the elite receivers that you normally do. That wasn't a shot at your receivers. I know you guys have endless 4- and 5-star talent. It's just that you didn't have the big A.J. Green or the superstar receiver that you normally have. And if there was a weak spot on Georgia's team, which there's not really any, but if there was a spot where I thought Notre Dame might have a chance, that was it. And we did hold Fromm to only 187 yards passing, but Fromm was very efficient. I think he was like 11 of 12 in the first half. Kid didn't miss any throws. That touchdown pass was beautiful. He had some key back shoulder plays. But overall, I feel like Notre Dame held him in check. Swift was under 100 yards. That doesn't happen very often. I'm very proud of Notre Dame's defense. Georgia was only 4 of 11 on 3rd downs. I said in my Louisville game preview, and it was going to be the case all year, getting off the field on 3rd down was going to be a key for Notre Dame this season. 4 of 11 to hold Georgia to on 3rd down is pretty damn good in their own stadium, so I was pleased with that. We did have a lot of bad penalties. Some of that was due to the road crowd and just the hostile environment. Too many false starts. First drive of the game, we get a nice play to pick up a 1st down, and our lineman freaking blindsides the guy for an unsportsmanlike penalty. Kind of killed our opening drive. Wish that wouldn't have happened. Might have been a turning point right, early on. We could have maybe got down, got a field goal or something, but who knows. Just a lot of penalties, way too many penalties for a game like that. You can't do that against a quality team on the road. I loved the physicality. Notre Dame was physical. They were not pushed around like we thought they were going to be. We were making tackles. The tackling in the first half was awesome. I mean, that's the best I've seen a Notre Dame defense tackle in a long time. The first guy was getting there, wrapping up. It wasn't like he was breaking. Normally I watch these guys and the guy breaks a tackle or jukes our guy and is running 30 yards. They didn't have a lot of big plays, and I think that's a reason we were able to keep ourselves in this game. I did not like our running game. I knew we would struggle running the football. We only had 46 rush yards. Some of that was book scrambling. We've got to get a running game going if we're going to compete and continue to be as good of a team as we showed we can be Saturday night. As far as our season, it's not lost. The playoff hope is still alive. I know it's going to be tough because we're not in a conference, but the Pac-12 is essentially already out of it because of what happened last night. Not going to get into that. That's for me and Seth to talk about. But we still have a chance. If we run the table, which it's possible we could, and if Georgia runs the table, which I think it's likely that they will go into Atlanta in the SEC title game undefeated, if that happens, I think Notre Dame has a very, very legitimate shot. If Georgia's our only loss and it's that kind of a close result, we could sneak in there. We're going to need some help. We're going to need Oklahoma to lose. We're going to need the Big Ten to beat up on each other. And we don't need 2 SEC teams because that's going to take a spot away. But if Georgia can run the table, SEC and Big Ten beat up on each other, the door is still cracked. It's not slammed shut just yet. We had to lose close, and we did. So we didn't expire our chance to maybe sneak in. We had a shot. We had a shot at the end. I love the fight these guys had. I'm very happy. We'll take a look now at my takeaways for the game. All right, so we're going to take a look at my takeaways from the game last night. Number 1, our defense proved they are legit. I was worried about the speed of the Georgia skill players in this game, but damn it, our defense held tough. They were physical. We made tackles. We didn't commit stupid penalties on defense. I think I might have had 1 pass interference or holding call. The faking injuries thing, I will say I'm not a fan of that. But I will also say we're not the first team to ever do it. It was pretty damn obvious that those guys weren't really hurt. It happened on 2 occasions that I can remember. I don't condone that sort of thing, but at the same time, I know we're not the first team to do it. I've seen NFL teams do it before, and it's been just as obvious, if not even more. So I understand Georgia fans griping about that, but it just is what it is. And it actually did work to some degree. So, second takeaway, we didn't quit. This game was right in Georgia's wheelhouse in the 4th quarter. They have a 10-point lead, at home on their field. They're starting to run the ball. They're starting to pick up 7-8 yards a carry. And our defense bows up, holds them to a field goal. Our offense gets the ball, drives down, scores a touchdown. Defense comes back out, gets a 3-and-out, gives the ball back to Book with a damn chance to win the game. This Notre Dame team, that showed me more than anything I've seen in the Kelly era, the heart. We could have just rolled over and took the loss and let Georgia go down and score. I am surprised Kirby Smart didn't go for it on that 4th and 1 after Fromm scrambled on 3rd down. I thought for sure that they would go for it, but they kicked the field goal, and our guys, damn it, that was the biggest thing I was the most proud of, is that we didn't quit. We could have rolled over, but we didn't. And then the last thing is we've got to find a run game. If we're going to get back to a big bowl game or potentially the playoff, which is less likely but still a chance, we've got to run the football. I know Georgia's got an elite running defense and they got a stout front, but 46 rush yards in a game is just not going to get it done. I know we were short at running back this game. Tony Jones was really the only healthy running back. We've got to find a way to run the football. It's just got to be there. We can't put it all on Book. I love Ian, but he's just not good enough to carry us where we want to go. We've got to have a little bit of balance, and we've got to try to run the football. We are going to find out next Saturday in South Bend who we really are. This was the game of the season, but now we got a 4-0 Virginia team coming in that is playing with a lot of confidence. They are ready. This is their biggest game of the year. We just had ours. Now Virginia has theirs. We just got beat up in a fist fight with a good Georgia team. Now we have got to come back home, scrape ourselves up off the mat, and get ready to do it again. If we come out and we're flat, we're going to lose. It's that simple. If we come back and we get back to work tomorrow, we get back to what we do, we get ready to play another football game next week, we come out, we handle business against Virginia, then this Notre Dame team proves that we are elite. I think we gained a lot of respect from Georgia and SEC fans this past week. We got a lot of credibility back that we've lost over the years in losing some of these big games, especially away from home. Overall, I'm very proud to be a Notre Dame fan and wear my colors. I know we lost, but damn it, we made Georgia earn it, and as a fan, you can't really ask for much more than that. Thank you guys. Stay tuned for my Virginia preview later this week. This is Tyler signing off with Loft Sports. Go Irish.